Hey guys, it's Deltia from deltiasgaming.com to do a quick video on leveling with friends, how you can experience the game regardless of what level you are. Today on stream I was leveling with the Mav Show, who I do my morning show with around 11 o'clock, and I forgot that for some reason this didn't come to my mind. She was 12 levels ahead of me, I'm 12 levels back, and I'm like, well, what can we do together and earn experience kind of on an equal footing? Best way to do it is Cyrodiil. Yes, that's right, Cyrodiil, the PvP instance. If you go to my map here, Cyrodiil is a huge sprawling map. We're in Blackwater's Bade, which is the lobby non-veteran one. So you're not going to have a whole lot of fighting going on. As you can see, the population is really low. Most people don't even know that Cyrodiil has tons and tons of PvE content. Dolmens, sky shards, anything, you name it, it's here. The interesting part is there's 5 cities that allow like daily quest hubs. I'm at one of them, I forget what it's called, but there's like one here, there's one over here, and you can see them on your map just kind of briefly. These are the cities that were in Morrowind. Let's see one right here. There's one way up here. Now, the interesting part about these quests is they have 10 quests per little area. So you could hypothetically do 50 dailies with a group. Now, when you're in a group, you go and get these quests. There's 3 you can get at a time. So I would go and grab this quest from this quest giver. The best thing to do is get in a group and share that quest, because they give out these quests out of 10 randomly. So make sure you're grouped up with someone, go to whatever the quest is, and share it. Then you're on the same quest and you don't have to piecemeal the quest together. So you go do 3, you come back, turn them in, go out and do 3. So what happens here is when you turn this quest, it's individually to you. So if you're level, let's say 20, you get experience equal to level 20. If your partner is level 50 or VR1 or whatever they are, they get experience to level VR1. So it's awesome because you can do all these quests together and not really have to worry about what level you are. You have 50 you can do a day. I mean, if you spent your whole day doing this, you probably could run through every quest and still have stuff to do. There's also dolmens, sky shards, other stuff. And the interesting part, delves too, I forgot to mention that, is that you are scaled to VR5. There's a thing in your options called, if you go to gameplay, battle level on, automatically adjust your stats for your character, be competitive with PvP. So in this campaign, I'm at 1900 health. Now, my main character is like at 3000, but still, it levels you up to a decent amount so you can still be competitive in PvP regardless of your level. So even though it starts at level 10 and you can go to veteran rank 14, you can start leveling and doing experience here, especially if one person's out leveled someone else. Now, the mobs specifically are VR5. They're all scaled to VR5. But you can kill them even though you're low level. Now, I'll probably get killed. Watch, well, I'll try to teach you guys this, not to re-record it. I'm not going to re-record it. If I die, I die. Okay, so I'm level 19 taking on a VR5. The reason I can take on this VR5 is because that battle scaling. It might take you a little bit longer to kill these mobs than it would if you were like VR5 or VR14, but you can do it. As you can see, I'm only level 19 and still do it. We got about 2 levels today on stream for a couple hours, averaging about a level an hour. And then you can do these dungeons, these solo public dungeons, delves, and this is where you get the big experience. In here, you're going to have a bunch of bosses that you can kill, that if you get the whole dungeon done, you get like a big, huge experience reward. There's also dolmens, and then there's also areas of interest. Dolmens, I think I've explained them before, but they're basically like an instance-based, like a random event in the world that if you close the dolmen by killing Daedra, you get Fighters Guild skill points, or experience, and also you get a pretty big chunk of experience for completing it. So dolmens are these big, huge anchors. Now, the trick with dolmens is once you clear it once, you get the big, huge XP bonus. If you clear it again, you're not going to get that big, huge XP bonus. So don't think you can just go from dolmen to dolmen, even though you've already beat them, and get a huge XP. It's really that one time. Same with delves. You clear a public dungeon, it's going to be a big, huge XP boost once, not throughout. The interesting thing is, you're talking about 50 quests. That's a lot. So even for discovering the dolmen, I'm going to get a lot of experience points. So let's go drive over here. There are going to be other players in here, but since it's a lobby campaign, not a lot of people go play here unless they want to try to get Emperor before they hit veteran rank. So here's that dolmen. I don't even have it discovered. Now I can't solo this yet on my Dragonknight. So you can discover it and get some experience points. And lastly, there's areas of interest. Areas of interest are basically like a little thing you can unlock on your map and gives you experience points. So let's go find one of those. Usually the area of interest has like a chain quest or a starter quest. So let's see what this guy has right here. Oh, a little manifest. Great. Ragdoll. Okay, what do they want me to do? Search for goods. And see, this quest gave me something to come all the way up here. So if you don't know where the towns are, just start taking and accepting quests. It's going to tell you where the towns are. There's 5 towns in total. How do I know that? If you hit your J journal key and you go to your achievement section, you go to quest, then you go to Cyrodiil, it tells you. Bruma, Chadenhall, Coral, Cropsford, I don't even know how to pronounce that name, but these were from like the Oblivion series. Chorrol is my favorite. I love it. And it tells you which specific ones you've done. Because there's actually an achievement that I got. It's a really cool achievement. Tamriel Expert Adventure. That's completing every quest in the game pretty much. So if you're an achievement hunter, there's incentive to do it. Or if you're leveling, it's scaled to you. So that's why it's so good. Because we know as gamers, some people have more time than others. Some people level faster as others. So don't feel like if you level ahead of your buddy, that you can't do anything together. You can do this together. Another benefit is get married. Ring of Mara, if you order the Imperial Edition, you get this marriage, basically, pledge, if you will. I have a whole separate guide on that. But you can get married in game, and it gives you a 10% XP bonus. 10%. So anytime Mav and I are doing something, we get 10% more XP. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. Right there, I got 185 XP just for discovering something. So even you wouldn't think this would add up, it does. It really does. And before you know it, you're averaging about 1 to 2 levels an hour if you do it really, really fast. Make sure you get the sky shards. Now, the sky shards, they show up on my map because I'm playing on PC and I use an add-on. There's plenty of other guides out there with sky shard maps, so don't feel like you have to have an add-on. If you're in the console, there's going to be tools for you to find these. If you want to explore on your own and find them, that's great too. But the console players, you will have something that shows you this, whether it's a website, my website, where you go to and you click on it. But remember, each sky shard gives you 1 skill point. The hard, or 3 sky shards, I'm sorry, gives you 1 skill point. The hardest ones to get are up here. And because you have to take these keeps in order to get the gate down. Once the gate's down, then you can go back here and get these sky shards. So there's 4 that are really hard. These 2 here, these 2 here. Now if you're playing on these other factions, it's going to be the Aldemir and Minion. What I like to do to get those last sky shards is basically go on a server that your faction dominates. So for us, it's like Hatteras or a 0 star, where we have a huge population. Then wait like late at night or early during the day when they've pushed the campaign like pretty much all your color, and then go get those sky shards with a group of people. I have a separate video on sky shard hunting that Medj and Kodog did because they're experts at it. So do that, and that's what's going to help you really, really level fast. So these are leveling tricks that you can do regardless of your level. That's what I like about it, because no matter what, Mav and I can come here. She wants to level faster, and you can come here for non-vet, but once she reads veteran, we can still go to another campaign and still do this. So even if she's VR 11 and wants to level, and I'm 20, we'll just go to a different campaign. So you're not stuck to only one campaign. The mobs will be a little bit hard starting out, especially at level 20. Just take your time. I mean, you're not going to get tons and tons of experience for farming these mobs right away, but once you get a lot more AoE and some more survivability, then you can like clump them up and get a lot of XP. So 93 per kill. Once there's a discover right there, almost 200. Once you get good and your character is starting to develop, then you can start farming a lot of these mobs. Now what I'm going to here is a delve. I probably have talked about delves before. I'm just going to reiterate. what's important here on Cyrodiil, because Cyrodiil and the normal questing areas are a little bit different. The Cyrodiil delves have like a timer on the bosses. So basically there's a few bosses in each of these delves. You need to kill a couple, 2 to 3 of them to actually unlock the achievement and get the whole delve complete, meaning that big thing of XP. Now, the PC players are fortunate. We have add-ons so we can see where these are at. Once again, my site or someone else will have this for the console players where these bosses are. So if I hit my map, I got this boss here, a sky shard, and a lore book. So I'm going to work my way back here, getting all this stuff done with my partner. And then if this boss isn't up, go to this one. If this boss isn't up, go to this one. Because usually you have to kill one of the bosses to get the other one to spawn. So before you leave this dungeon, even if it takes 5 minutes of waiting, make sure you get it done. There's actually some really nice achievements for getting these world bosses done in the delves that have achievements, dyes, some cool stuff and titles. So make sure that you stay and get it done. Sky Shard lore books, you're going to have so many more skill points just doing this while you're playing with your partner. Then when your partner maybe gets offline, then you can go back to your leveling experience and get caught up. So just a quick guide on leveling with friends regardless of level. I hope this helps you guys, because I know a lot of you console players or PC players are coming back going, well, my friends are already endgame, what can I do? You can do this together, especially questing. Thanks for watching as always. Feel free to subscribe, let people know about me, visit the website deltiasgaming.com, and thanks for watching Tamriel A to Z.